All right, guys. What is up? Welcome back to Puck Rock Rangers, episode 20. I'm Stefan. This is Palmer. And we don't got a lot to talk about today, or at least anything good, but uh, let's get into it. So, as you guys know, usually we like to start these episodes and tell you guys about what's going on in our daily lives. As of right now, not a whole lot going on in my life. I bought a camper today. That's going to be a fun little project to make it homey. And we actually, Palmer would appreciate this. We actually planned our first camping trip of the year. So we'll be going camping the first or the second weekend of May. So we're excited about that. We're going to take the girls, and Leahy is going to come with us. We're going to have a good time. Other than that, not a whole lot. Just been chugging along. What you got going on, man?
A lot. It's been a busy week. Not a lot of good things for the Rangers, but a lot of good things for me outside of that. Went and saw you, had our tattoo appointment. The wife and I did get the greenhouse together. Still a couple finishing touches that need to be put in place, but it is a structure. It could house plants. Just been catching up on some of the spooky stuff. I think I mentioned that a couple episodes back. Uh, big into cryptids and haunted stuff and folklore, and so been tapping kind of back into that world, watching some X Files, and trying to get some music features set up for the next couple episodes. Not going to stress the heavy as the head thing too much on this episode. There's been some scheduling nightmares. All parties
Mhm.
are interested. It's going to happen. It's just been tough. We played their music video last episode if you want to check that out. But yeah, we're just going to move forward. No guests today. And just want to remind everyone to like, follow, subscribe. Check us out on X. We're on Instagram. What else? TikTok, YouTube, obviously,
We're on it all.
Spotify. We are there. So go ahead and check us out. It's been tough sledding for us Rangers fans. This team will dangle a little bit of good here and there, but overall it's been pretty bad. And that really came to a head during this homestand. So we'll go over the homestand. First, it started off with the 2-1 loss versus Calgary. That was on Tuesday. I have in my notes right here: outshot, outplayed, outgutted, effort-based loss. Have you heard any of this season?
Yes.
I mean, it was pathetic. That was effort-based. You know that goal against Kadri. I think there was a picture going around online. You had four Rangers facing Igor, not one of them playing him. Just bad that Rasmus Anderson or whatever his name was. He was getting under our skin all game. Just not a good showing. That's a team that plays us tough, but it's the worst offense in the league, and they really ran circles around us.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say. Like the team's checked out, and I'm kind of checked out too.
Yeah.
The only thing that really upsets me is that I was actually wrong about my predictions. The Rangers would. I said the Rangers would beat Calgary and Toronto, and then we'd lose to Vancouver, and it was actually the exact opposite. We lost to Calgary and Toronto, and then we beat Vancouver, which we really probably shouldn't even have beat. But yeah, I'm checked out. I don't really have a whole lot. He's got the games in our game notes, but there's not much I can really say about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty checked out too, to be honest. So the Calgary game's the one I probably watched the closest. The Toronto one, my wife and I were watching, but we were also doing some other stuff. And to be honest, during Toronto game, shout out BoJack Horseman. That show ended probably 5, 6 years ago, and I'm watching reruns of that on the tablet, and I have the game on my phone turned down. I was just so disinterested. John Tavares scores 2 goals, turning the clock back like it's 2018. The Leafs scored first, and then Borgen ties it up. That's something we haven't seen from the Rangers a lot. Is that resilience, that answer back late in the period, and we have an opportunity to go into the intermission 1-1, and like 40 seconds later, the Rangers give up a goal with less than 10 seconds left in the period.
Don't you love it?
So Nyes regains the lead for the Maple Leafs, and that was really the difference. Keandre Miller, a -3 in that game. Obviously, not hanging the entire loss on him, but just a theme that's been consistent all season is how just when he's bad, he's bad. And losing board battles, the better team won. I think I said it last pod. The better team's going to show up, and that's exactly what happened. Uh, I'm surprised we scored as many goals as we did. Any thoughts on Toronto?
We didn't stand a chance. We didn't stand a chance. It just is what it is. The better team won. I thought we would be. I thought maybe we had a better chance against Calgary, but that game is really the one that I focused the most on. It was such a brutal watch. Like, how can you not get a shot on net? One shot on net in the first, or was that against Vancouver, where Rempe
But
got the
well,
only shot in the first period? One shot on net, and it was from Rempe.
I
I
think
think it
that
might have been
was
Vancouver.
Vancouver, but I got a point on that. I'll get to it in a second, or I'll get to it right now if you're
Go
done.
ahead. Yeah, like I said, I'm checked out, man. This team has continuously given me the double barrel middle finger,
Yeah, pretty much.
and
This team's checked out. Look, this team's booking tee times. They have no interest. Maybe some of the young guys, there's guys on this team I'm sure that have some interest in making the playoffs, but Kreider has no interest in that. Mika could give a shit. I'm sure JT wants to, but you know, this team is just not it. They've shown us time and time and time again this season. And like, I don't mean to come on here and be doom and gloom because obviously any team that makes the dance can make a run. But I don't think any Ranger fan really feels great about this team's chances this year. And I'll be honest, I've used the analogy that I feel like a kid who wants new toys. I am just so disinterested. There's guys on this team that last year, beginning of this year that I loved and that I've just kind of become very, very cold on. I almost feel like taking back everything I said, up till like episode 10 of this pod. We came on here and pumped these guys' tires and just this is the season we get. But Vancouver, so that was the one win in the 3-game homestand against all odds, against all logic, against all probability. But we won on Sam Rosen night. I was going to get Stefan. I will clip the Sam Rosen quote. I thought that was pretty hilarious of him saying that he wants the team to make the playoffs, but they're not listening. But we'll clip that, let you guys hear it from Sam the man. Um, that game, what stood out was 2 goals from Johnny Brodzinski. That guy's, we're searching here for nuggets,
he's a swing man.
and that's like at this point in the season, honestly, like we're searching for bag fries, and Johnny Brodzinski scoring a couple goals is a couple good bag fries. So that was something nice.
Yeah, I love the bag fries though.
Yeah, I do too. Who doesn't like a bag fry? But yeah, Igor, big game from him. That's the positive. Heavily outshot again. And the statistics, so in Calgary, we were outshot 35-13. Then in Vancouver, we were outshot 39-12. And if you total that up for the 2 games, that's 74-25. So we were almost triple. We were basically tripled up on shots on goal over those 2 games, and won it because Igor is a good goalie, and I can't remember the backup for
Lankinen,
Lankinen.
Lankinen.
He had a very rough game, and he's really been playing pretty shitty as of late, from what I hear. Sam Rosen night was nice. We're really gonna miss him. It was. It kind of hit me this week. I was thinking about Sam Rosen. I'm gonna try to prepare more notes and maybe look back through some of the archives and I have my Rosen memories, but like we're down here in Virginia. A lot of times, or I should say, before streaming was a thing. You know, my early calls watching hockey in my 20s was more Doc Emmerich, and I don't have such clear memories of watching hockey in my childhood who was calling it. But Sam Rosen, at least in the last 4 or 5 years, that I've been really kind of connected back with this team and streaming, watching games on MSG. It's almost like for me, kind of fell in love in the last couple of years, and now it's being taken away, and it's a shame. He really is a great announcer. Has his little gaffes here and there, but that's all fun for us at this
Mm-hmm.
point. You
My
know,
I'll never forget when he called Boone Jenner Bruce Jenner.
yeah.
Like that killed me a little bit. I was just like, oh
Or another Sam Rosen line is no relation.
man. Yeah,
Two
no
players have the
relation.
same name and no relation. Even if it's spelled different, he feels the need to tell you that it's no relation. So we'll miss Sam. Anything you have to say about that?
Yeah, I think they could have. I think they could have given putting him up in the rafters. I think giving him that jersey was kind of a slight. I mean, it was a nice gesture, but
I would
put
have,
Sam Rosen up in the rafters.
if
Like,
I was Sam, I would have requested a jersey signed by all of last year's team.
yeah,
Like I don't want Yuso Parsonen and Will Borgen, like all these Ranger legends signing this jersey. What a joke.
yeah. No, it's been a rough go. I feel terrible for Sam because he's an older guy. He's been rooting for this team his whole life, and it's only had one Stanley Cup that he's gotten to see them win.
Well, and not for nothing, but he announced that, at the beginning of the season that he was gonna, this was it. And obviously, the Rangers are playing for more than that. They're playing for the cup. They're playing for their pride. They're playing for contracts and everything else. And Sam Rosen retiring is probably just a footnote. But at the same time, that hyped us up at the beginning of the season. Win it for Sam. You want, at minimum, Sam to be calling fun games. Sam and Joe have been as tough on this team as I've ever heard them all season. And there's points, I mean, where they kind of have to just stumble through the gate, so to speak, and get themselves through these games. I said it to my wife the other day. It's like they don't sound like they're having fun. I mean, there's been fun moments, but this season has not been fun.
Well, when they're announcing these games, they're making mid teams sound like they're just like top of the line teams. Like Calgary is such a mid team, and if you heard the announcing, all they could do is be like, they've just been doing exactly what they need to do, and they are, like
Dude,
they have no choice. Like this, the Rangers have been so bad that they're just making mid teams sound like they're Stanley Cup contenders when you hear the broadcasting. It's just a sad go, man. I really can't say. I've been saying that I can't wait for the off season, and I hate the off season. I am so bored during the off season,
this,
but I
this,
can't wait for it.
this off season is, and I'm going to try to use an analogy, not get too gross here, but this off season is essentially the shower you take the next morning after a bad decision.
Yeah.
Just wash it off, maybe cry it off, and just move on. And that's really all you can do. So the next 3 games, the Rangers have 11 games remaining at this point. This is Monday, the 24th. Uh, Side note, 2-year anniversary of me being fired from a repair shop and released from the automotive industry and off to other things.
All
So
right.
happy for that. Hopefully, I don't have to go
Congratulations.
back. So, if you know, you know. 11 games remaining, and upcoming, the next 3 games is a West Coast swing. I actually enjoy these West Coast swings as someone who, I am old and an old fart who might pass out at the end of the game if it's not exciting, but I don't mind the later starts. Usually by 7 or 8, I'm still eating dinner and getting everything together. So these West Coast games, if I can stay up for them, I usually get to watch them a little closer. So yeah, they're going to the Kings. They're going to LA on Tuesday, and then a back to back, San Jose. I'm sorry, Anaheim and San Jose on Friday and Saturday. And just about the only thing I'm looking for in this trip is the Truba train. I am just curious. I've been curious since Truba was traded. Obviously, it's to a team we don't see a lot, and we had already played them once before the trade. But in the back of my mind, I was like, we got to play these guys again. There's going to be a reunion. I'm curious if there's any kind of drama, if there's any kind of chicken winging, if Truba tries to take Fox's head off or so. I don't know. What do you have any thoughts on this? Or this season's been shit, but let's maybe have some fun with this. Do you
I
think anything could go on? Do you think he's a gentleman? Do you think he's too busy painting? What do you think?
No, I don't think he's going to be a gentleman. I think he's going to be looking. I think he's going to be looking to take someone's head off. So I think the Rangers will be expecting him to do the same thing. Like
All right, let me ask you that. Hold
everyone
on.
should have their head on a swivel out there.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just got excited. Let me ask you this. I'll make this question a little more fun. You're Truba. Whose head are you taking off? And I'll answer also.
I'm probably going to try to get JT Miller.
Really?
if I'm Truba, I'm gonna try to go for JT Miller
You're
because
gonna
he
go for the
seems
new guy,
yeah
FNG.
the new guy. I mean, he's basically one of the players that took your spot. Like
Literally took his number.
yeah, yeah. Truba was replaced, and then a whole litany of other players came in. Truba's the type of guy who's gonna go for the one that has the biggest impact on the game. I think JT Miller may get may have to keep his head on a swivel, or it might not turn out so good. Who do you think he's gonna get?
If I was Jacob Truba, I would smash the shit out of Mika. I would I would take him into the corner and just smash him. I would. He's the biggest softy on the team with per dollar. You want to knock someone out of the game and make an impact, and someone that is not going to retaliate himself. Yeah, I'd smack the shit out of Mika. And
Who?
maybe that's just a little bit of me being upset with his overall game. I'm going to say this about Mika, and I'll beat this dead horse because I'm done. I know he's played better, and look, I'll put my foot in my mouth if he comes out next season, he's a number one center again. But the guy's been demoted. He's playing on the wing. He's a second or third line center on a good team, and I'm not letting him off the hook for a little bit of a resurgence. He's still going to be under 50 points for the season.
Yeah,
He's barely going to make 20, 25 goals. It's just a joke.
I do want to. Is that all you have on? Is that all you have on that stuff?
That's about all I have on anything. We're about to wrap up here. What do you got?
I do just want to say that I was watching Locked On, John Chick talking about one of his listeners came upon the idea of doing the zero effort award,
Yeah, I was listening to that earlier.
and I
Shout out
think
John Chick.
rightfully so. Chris Kreider he won the zero effort award, but it was a close race between him and Alexis Lafreniere. I thought that was kind of a fun bit. So if you get a chance, go listen to the Locked On Rangers, and have a listen about what the fans are saying about which players have been absolute cheeks this year.
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, John has to follow that up with an episode about who he thinks is going to get the Stephen McDonald Extra Effort Award, which is the inspiration of that.
It's ironic.
He's doing kind of the reverse now, the zero effort instead of the extra effort. I mean, it's Will Cooley or bust, and even that. I mean, Will Cooley's had a good season. He's my favorite Ranger. Look, on this team, you got to consider the sum of all the parts. No one on this team has had a great season.
It could be Sam Carrick. It could be Rempe.
It's not Rempe.
It could be Brodzinski.
It's cool.
I mean, that's what you think. I'm saying I think it might be Carrick.
I'll put $5 on it.
So
Rempe for Carrick.
right.
Cools for Carrick.
I'll take you on that. I think Carrick gets the extra effort award. Carrick's been one of those players who's been good in fulfilling his role.
That's true, and I wouldn't be upset to see Carrick do it. I know I thought before the injury, Edstrom, if he kept it up, he could have been in that
Where is
conversation.
Edstrom?
He's been hurt for forever. It just seems like he's been exiled, I guess.
Ah.
But yeah, he's been hurt for a long time. But the playoff fight continues. I had that in quotations. We will be back at it Monday. We're going to keep our schedule up. So we're recording Monday. The episodes will come out Tuesday, Wednesday if there's some kind of scheduling thing. But we're going to try to keep that schedule up. So we appreciate it. That's just about all I had. I don't know if we...
No. Nope.
Keep
so
venting.
Once again, like, follow, subscribe. You can find us on pretty much everything: Facebook, X, Instagram. You can find us all over the place. So go ahead and give us a follow and a like, and help us out with the algorithm. Other than that, do you have anything else?
No.
Forever hold your peace.
Till next time.
Whatever.